Hello, my name is Mike Ward. I'm the head of content at Script, Pinksheet and InVivo. We're here in Copenhagen at the BioEurope 2018 meeting, and I'm joined by Axel Mescheder, who is the Chief Executive Officer and Chief Medical Officer of Cristal Therapeutics.
Mike, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, it's great. So, Axel, the company that you have, you're in the oncology space,
Yes.
but you're underpinned by a nanotechnology.
Yeah. The so-called CRYPAC technology, which is rather unique, I must say, and it's a strong advantage above the other comparable technologies that have been used in the past.
Right. So, because a lot of people, there's a lot of talk about nanotechnology,
right,
etc. So, what differentiates?
Well, I think there's certain features that clearly differentiate us or our technology from previous technologies that have been used and that also failed to a certain extent. And we feel very confident that our technology actually, in that case, is superior because we own all the constituents that are needed, and we have the rights for that, and we allow for very controlled delivery of drugs. So proprietary drugs are encapsulated in vesicles and make stable, can be customized to various sizes. You can determine on the release kinetics. You don't have issues like companies had in the past with burst release, anything like that. Immunogenicities, these are all topics that I think the company has very nicely addressed over the past years.
Right. You say you licensed the technology, so it came out of which lab?
Oh no, the inventors are still with the company.
Okay.
So our CSO, Christian is leading the technology part. Joost Holthus, who was former CEO and co-founder of the company, these two and the team, of course, have developed this technology further.
Right.
And Joost has just stepped down since the programs now really move into the clinical space. And the company is kind of being on the edge to go into the next level. And that is a good time for me to join.
Oh, okay. So we'll come back to that. So,
Yeah,
so
sure.
the transformation from a research company into a commercial company. So you sort of say that the sort of technology you've got, you're producing sort of your nanoparticles that encapsulate drugs.
Yes.
So what sort of proof of principle have you sort of demonstrated so far?
Yeah.
Or where are you with it?
Yeah. So we are following up with different development lines, so to speak. The leading program is encapsulating docetaxel, which is well known and established in the oncology market. It's still a very important drug because it's one of the pillars of standard chemotherapy for many solid tumors. For instance, we have chosen the ovarian cancer, and there it's absolutely standard therapy. However, it has a lot of downsides. For instance, on the side effect profile, especially on the bone marrow tox, where you see a lot of neutropenia that actually limits the possibilities for patients to stay on cycles. You have to dose reduce, all these kind of stuff. And we believe that with our technology, we can encapsulate and really tumor target the docetaxel, making sure that there's a strong release within the tumor and not in the body. So we make sure that the docetaxel is bound and covered, kind of stealth, and is controlled released in the tumor microenvironment. By that, leading to much higher doses in the tumor environment compared to other tissues.
Okay, and what sort of phase are you in the sort of the clinical development of this program?
We are just very happy because we announced that we had moved into phase 2 just 2 weeks ago, and that's a big step for a small company. You mentioned it. It has largely been focused on the research side so far, and now we really move into development.
Okay, and so you're doing this by yourself?
Well, with the support, of course, of contractors and service providers. We are a very small team.
But you haven't partnered with a big pharmaceutical company?
This program is not partnered yet. We are looking for partnership because above and beyond phase 2, we would be very happy to have a strong partner, especially in the Asian market. Also due to the fact that a lot of the tumor entities that have a high prevalence, let's say, in the China market, be it gastric cancer and liver cancer, could be a good basis for a Chinese-based company to join us here.
Okay, and are there plans to put other drugs?
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, docetaxel is a well-described story. We are very much interested to see how our program could support oligos, which have a large delivery problem and had it in the past. So I think that's something where we can help. And there's a lot of activities out there. If you look around here in the immuno-oncology space, that's certainly also something that's very attractive for us. We have early research programs ongoing, but again, we are very happy to join with partners with respect to these early stage programs as well.
So do you see yourself as a pharmaceutical company or as a drug delivery technology company?
Yeah, that's the basis, that's the backbone of the company. And the beautiful thing is that this CRISPR technology can be adapted to the various needs, to the different molecules. We can actually customize it and make it fit to the needs of the individual molecule and the disease entity that we want to treat. And I think that's a very nice sweet spot to continue for new modalities, new compounds that you just mentioned before. So I think that could be a perfect match for the future. With the current ongoing program with the docetaxel, I think it's important because it proves that the compound or that our technology is safe. We hope that we also show nice superior efficacy data with it that should come out of this phase 2 data, and that can be further developed. But clearly we're also highly interested including molecules that are just under development.
Okay, and I mean, for example, if I was a biotech company or a pharmaceutical company, and I just wanted your technology to, you know, could I do a deal where I kept my molecule, but I use your technology to?
Well, I think there's multiple ways to set up these kind of contracts. We are very open to that extent. We're highly interested to be involved in really development of up-to-date molecules that are under discussion and development in the community right now. And I think there's different ways to set up the collaboration in that respect.
Okay. So you mentioned that there's the, I mean, one, you've gone into phase 2, so I guess that is a developmental, you know, milestone, inflection point for the company. You mentioned sort of the shift in emphasis away from sort of being a research-focused company to now also having a commercial arm, and therefore the sort of the founding CEO has sort of stepped aside. He's still fully attached to the company. He's very nicely supporting us, which is great. So Jos is doing a beautiful job there. The same as Christiana. I think these two have set up really a beautiful company that's working its way into towards development, and that's now the point where we put more emphasis on the development part of it. So you joined as CEO. So I'm kind of assuming that, you know, because you joined at the same time that this sort of transition is taking place, that, you know, there was obviously something you said to the people who were interviewing that gave you the job. So what is it that you're going to bring to the table for Cristal to take it to the next stage?
Yeah, I think it's probably the most exciting step in terms of development of a company, really going to full-blown clinical development, including the regulatory strategy and then commercial strategy partnering. And I've been doing that for many, many years in the past for several biotech companies in Europe and the US. And I think that's the most exciting time, because you will actually learn about your compounds and you drive it and you see exciting results. And then at a later stage it goes into the full-blown development with phase 3. That's probably something that's above and beyond our current firepower. So therefore we need a partner for that stage. But right now transforming it from more research orientation towards more development orientation, that's something I'm very happy to give to the company.
And the challenge of, I mean, because a research company is going to have a different personality, a different culture, I would imagine, from a development or, you know, sort of commercial company. You know, one can sort of see that going from t-shirts to suits, you know, potentially. So what challenges do you foresee there, and how are you going to manage
bring up a very good point, because the spirit so far is great in the company. People love to be there. They love the work. They love the products. And I think one of the major tasks for me is to maintain that positive spirit. What we want to do is add something. We don't want to take away things from these people. They are just doing a fantastic job. And everything we do now is based on what they have been working on for the past years. So I think we could add a different spirit that I think is added value, but not taking away anything.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Axel.
Pleasure, thank you.